In this episode of Pop Culture Weekly, it's an all-hot clip special. We talk why The Bachelor sucks, movies skipping the theaters and going straight to VOD, the Netflix show Ratchet, and so much more. Let's go!
You're listening to Pop Culture Weekly with Kyle McMahon, presented by 92.9 Tom FM, an iHeart radio station.
Hello, and welcome to Pop Culture Weekly with Kyle McMahon. I, of course, am Kyle McMahon. It is episode number 55, and I have on our rotating panel of pest hosts, panel of pest hosts. Our rotating panel of guest hosts, I have none other than Nashville's Next, the Benny Factor, writer, producer, voiceover talent,
adult film star,
on-air personality, Benjamin Theodore Panella.
Trash engineer.
Which
is the official title for a garbage man.
Yeah.
Hi, Kyle.
How are you?
I'm doing very well, Kyle. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
I'm so used to doing that one voice that we do off air to each other and calling you Kyle instead of Kyle.
Oh.
So, how you doing, Kyle?
I'm doing great, Benjamin. How are you? Wow, that was really loud.
I'm doing very well. I am in a good spot right now. Moved out of my house. I am living life, just looking forward to 2020 being over and dead, and then whatever time capsule we make for this year, digging it up and blowing it up.
Exactly. Since our last episode, so the last few episodes have been interview-only episodes. Mm-hmm. Today is going to be a all hot clips episode, but in the interim, since our last hurrah together, there was a giant election.
Yes.
And
I voted in it. Did you?
Everybody voted, and I cannot believe that Carrie got kicked off The Bachelorette.
I was stunned by that.
Crazy.
I could not believe that we were that split as a country over this.
Yeah.
And then we came to that decision. We had a one-term Bachelorette.
Exactly. Of course, the joke is I've never seen The Bachelorette, and I would poke my eyes out with a shrimp fork before I watched it.
I saw The Bachelor once, and the guy was Peter Weber. It was last season, and it's like watching a car crash in slow motion. I love it.
I do not love it. I hate the whole concept of it, but
I despise. I think that's if I ever became president of television, I would hopefully not be a one-term president, but I also would make it so that way The Bachelor and The Bachelorette would no longer be a thing. I think it's the worst pieces of television, the lowest common denominator, and we as a society have become worse off from it.
It is toxic. It really is toxic. I mean, you have people that have literally never met, mm-hmm. that meet some dude or woman once, and then they're like, oh my God, Carrie, I'm so in love with him. I will be devastated if he doesn't pick me for his date. Like, hon, mm-hmm. you need to go see a psychologist. Yeah. You need a dog or some friends or something. You literally met this man for 12 minutes. And you're crying because he didn't pick you for the next date or whatever.
There are strategies that these contestants take to get everything. First things first is you have, I like to put these contestants into three groups. You have the professional reality show people.
Yes.
You have the people that are actually there to be loved, which is like 2 or 3 people every season. And then you have the people that want to boost their careers. You have the people that are nobodies that are there to become popular. The professional reality people, you can usually recognize them because they're Trevor on that one reality show and Brad on the other reality show, and then they have a completely different name for this one. The actual love people, they have usually legitimate conversations and things that actually go places, and they're actually kind of interesting, but they get bounced week 2. The professional, these people that are here for some kind of launching pad for their career.
Yeah.
I bet the best example is there was one season where there was a girl on and she faked an Australian accent for 4 weeks. For 4 weeks, every time she was talking, she had to assume. It was like watching Sacha Baron Cohen act.
I love Sacha Baron Cohen.
I know, no, it's not a bad thing. It's but when he's a method actor, and when he gets into Borat,
yeah.
he's in Borat for months at a time. This girl did that to be all for 4 weeks of her life to be on reality television.
Yeah. And then, how many... So we're GP when it comes to the Bachelor Nation, mm-hmm. general public. How many Bachelor contestants, winners, Losers. Can you even name?
None of them.
I don't think I can name any, and it's been on for like 37 seasons.
Both shows combined, Bachelor and Bachelorette, have only had 8 relationships last.
I am actually surprised it's that many.
The Bachelor has 1, and the Bachelorette I think has 6 or 7. So
yeah, it's crazy. But
it's terrible. It's atrocious. It's garbage television, and we are all worse off for it.
That is for sure. What have you been consuming?
So I've watched a ton of Hulu and Netflix recently.
Okay.
The 4th season of Rick and Morty.
I love Rick and Morty.
Which I don't know how far along you are, but I'm not going to...
Season 3.
You're at Season 3. Season 3 is okay. I thought Season 1 and Season 2 were amazing. Season 4 is interesting. I think it's better than Season 3, but it's nowhere close to 1 and 2.
Okay. What else are you watching?
Things definitely get edgier. So I went back and I wanted to watch old movies. Like, my thing is I love classic movies. And I think we're at the point where the Indiana Jones movies are classic.
I mean, the Indiana Jones movies were classics when they freaking came out.
So I went through and I watched all 3, or 3 out of the 4. I say all 3 because the 4th one is...
I like the 4th one.
The Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Yeah.
It's got some plot holes. It's not bad. I'd give it a 6.5 out of 10. That's the next on my list to watch. And then I went back and I watched the James Bonds, R.I.P. Sean Connery. They are amazing movies.
Yeah.
That I encourage everyone to go back. And not the ones that you see now. Like, Daniel Craig's great. I could rank the James Bonds my favorite ones. But I'm on Her Majesty's Secret Service, which is the first movie that came out that did not have Sean Connery in it as James Bond, which people were like, what is going on? George Lazenby was James Bond for one movie. Sean Connery, he's one of the best actors of all time. He is the greatest James Bond of all time. Smooth.
I would agree with that, sure.
Oh, Coyle. Why don't you come here, Coyle?
My favorite James Bond is Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig is amazing. Well, he's the one we know.
Yeah,
him and Pierce Brosnan are the ones we know.
Yeah.
But
so I was just going to ask you about something you said. Indiana Jones.
Yes.
Watch the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles.
I've heard about those.
It was on when I was really little, and it was a show that was basically 1 hour Indiana Jones shows from when he was little.
Yeah.
And it was written by Steven Spielberg, it's all legit. It was just the young the young Indiana Jones. It was so good, and you got to watch them. They're really, really awesome.
I would love for a competent group of people, and I don't say that to diss on George Lucas or Steven Spielberg, but I also kind of do. I would love for a competent group to take the Indiana Jones project and introduce it into a new era.
So they're doing that, actually. They're making a 5th one.
I know they're making
with
a 5th
Spielberg
one.
And George Lucas.
And I'm nervous because Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, while it is a decent movie, it has things in it that make me go, oh no. For me, Indiana Jones and aliens, that never was a thing. Indiana Jones goes after items and objects that we know about in human history.
Yeah.
I the Holy Grail, in the final movie, it's the Holy Grail. The first movie, it is the
Ark of the Covenant.
Ark of the Covenant. Those items. The second movie is one of the most violent movies ever. Actually, the second movie is what introduced the PG-13 rating. But he goes after these items that we know, that we're familiar with. Keep it that way. The Crystal Skull thing, I never heard about that, but apparently it's a thing in South America. But they tied it in with aliens. I thought that was a little weird. I would love to see Indiana Jones going after more items from history.
Yeah. So just a side note, and I agree, it was a little bit of a turn, but the movies, just like the Star Wars movies, were meant to follow George Lucas's love as a child of the serial movies, where you would go to the theater and you'd watch a regular movie, but it would also have a news, and it would also have these little serials. And so it'd be a 10-minute thing, and then the next week you'd have to go back to watch the next 10 minutes or whatever. And they were pulpy, I don't know how to describe the pulp, but it was supposed to follow those pulp type things. So in the 50s, it would have been monsters from space or something, Martians or whatever. So I can see why they attempted it, but the execution wasn't as amazing as the first 3.
No.
in my opinion.
And that's why. And again, I was not knocking that part of the movie, but like.
I mean, George Lucas isn't going to come in here and
he's
smack
not.
you.
Well, he might. I don't know.
Well, he's got a lot of time on his hands now.
He's got plenty of times on his hands since he sold Star Wars for $4 billion. But my thing is like, if he has his space, he had his space stuff with Star Wars. Like that's where that should be. Indiana Jones and Aliens, if it's gonna be done, it needs to be done the right way. I just don't see like Indiana Jones with a whip and a knowledge of geography and archaeology.
Well, he was an archaeologist.
Yeah, well, like all those things about Indiana Jones, that lining up with someone that would fight aliens. Like I don't ever see that lining up. Also, like Indiana Jones never came off to me as like Captain America.
Right.
You know, but in this movie, it's almost kind of portrayed like he's this American icon. To me, he was just an action James Bond.
Yeah.
Like a more action-packed James Bond.
Yeah.
Like almost like the Daniel Craig character we're getting now, except way more intelligent, way more suave, and instead of fighting evil, he goes and tries to save artifacts. Like he doesn't really have he doesn't really have apples in any basket here. He's just all about preserving history at any cost. Is Aliens a part of that? I don't think so. I would love to see an Indiana Jones that goes after, maybe some kind of artifact that deals with pirates, some kind of artifact that deals in Egypt, things like that. I think China, Japan, those type of artifacts. I would love to go after that type of stuff.
All right.
Aside from that, Erica had never seen the Harry Potter movie, so I went through the series again.
My God.
Yes. I love the Harry Potter series. I've watched the movies 5 or 6 times each. I've read the books 3 or 4 times each. I still maintain the second movie is the best one in the series.
We are going to do a whole series on that, actually, because
Yes.
I'm obsessed with Harry Potter.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, I am glad that you introduced her to the wizarding world of Harry Potter. What did she think?
She loved it. Her favorite character is Dobby,
Okay.
which I think a lot of people's favorite character is Dobby. She loved it. She enjoyed the first one a lot. She liked the last couple a lot too, and I think she really enjoyed the second one too.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with the Harry Potters.
Yes.
So what I've been watching, I watched this show on Netflix by producer, writer, creator extraordinaire Ryan Murphy, who of course does American Horror Story and Glee and Nip Tuck and American Crime Story and blah blah blah. And it is called Ratchet. It's called Ratchet.
Ratchet.
And it stars Sarah Paulson, who is an amazing actress, as Nurse Ratchet from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I don't know if you remember that movie with Jack Nicholson.
Yep.
And
Sarah Paulson, also the best part of Bird Box.
Yes, she's amazing.
She is a very good actress.
So she plays a young Nurse Ratchet before One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest happened. So it is so good. And my time is so limited that I rarely binge watch a show all at once. Normally it's a couple episodes here, next week a couple more, that sort of thing. I literally watched the entire season 1 in 2 days.
Wow.
It is so good. And it's a world that I want to live in, which sounds weird because it's filled with murder and deception and all this stuff.
That stuff's interesting.
But the actual world itself. So it takes place in like New England or something. I can't remember. But it is the visuals, the production of it, like just the whole thing, the cinematography is just incredible. And I just want to live in that world, but minus all the murder and stuff. But I love the show. I love freaking Ratchet. It is so good.
Okay. I'll have to check that out.
Also, did you ever watch Animaniacs when you were a kid? Or
yes.
Oh,
I loved Animaniacs.
Okay, so me too. So
Pinky and the Brain.
brain. So Animaniacs has been rebooted for Hulu. It is awesome. I mean, I loved Animaniacs when I was a kid, and it's the original.
The classic show is like oddly adult.
Yes, and in this, so it's the same thing. So it's the same people, same voice cast, same writers, same creators, everything. Everybody's back in on it. It's just updated for today. Mm-hmm. It is hysterically funny. I've watched like 6 episodes already. It's another one that I binged like as I'm like doing laundry. Hysterical. I absolutely love it. You've got to watch it on Hulu.
Okay.
Animaniacs.
Yes.
Hysterical.
I did see that pop up. Oh, another Hulu show I've been watching is Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
That's Netflix.
No, it's on Hulu.
Okay, you're talking about the original Sabrina
The
from
one
like
with
the 90s with Clarissa.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
That one.
So the one
not
from
the animated show.
No.
Yep.
There's an adult one on Netflix.
Oh.
Called the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
Oh no. This one's the classic, the 90s.
Yeah,
one.
like from it was on like TGIF or something. I
Yes.
think. Yeah, that was an awesome show with like the two crazy ants
Oh
and
my
everything.
god. The best part of it is the animated cat.
Yes. Yeah.
The way I think it could be argued Sabrina the Teenage Witch in the 90s does the best job with an animal character. I think in terms of like a show that's shot in like real visuals, like not an animated show, they do the best job working around that.
Yeah, it's a great show and it's hysterical. I'll have to watch that. So it's on Hulu.
Yep,
Okay.
It is on Hulu.
And if you want a dark version of the character, watch
The
Chilling Adventures of Sabrina on Netflix. It's very adult.
Okay.
Okay, so we have an all hot clip special. So let's listen. What's it gonna be? Hot clips. Okay, so a lot going. Huh?
Seductive hot clips.
So we have a lot of things going on.
Yes.
Wonder Woman 1984, the much anticipated sequel to Wonder Woman.
Has it been delayed again?
No. So
it's still coming out.
Well,
Sweet.
So it was originally supposed to come out in 2018, and then it's kept on being delayed. Most recently, multiple times due to the pandemic. Warner Brothers' most recent delay was to Christmas Day, and now that only like 30% of the theaters in the country are open
for now.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll get lower. What they are doing is debuting it on HBO Max.
Okay.
On Christmas Day, free for HBO Max subscribers, and they're putting it in the theaters that are still open.
Okay.
So if you want to see it in a theater and risk your life, you are totally able to do that.
Yeah.
If you want to watch it in the comfort of your own home, you're totally able to do that.
On Christmas?
On Christmas. They're going to do it for 30 days. Okay. It'll be up on HBO Max for 30 days. Then it comes off of HBO Max, and then you have to buy it or rent it on like Apple TV or Amazon or wherever you rent.
That's going to be their best chance to get their money back on.
And they're not going to make their money back. I mean, it was expected to gross over $1 billion at the box office. Yep. And, let's look at Tenet. So Tenet, which I was supposed to do the press tour for and interview the amazing Robert Pattinson and Christopher Nolan, the incredible director and writer. But COVID happened. So that was expected to gross over $1 billion. They kept pushing that movie back because it was going to be the movie of the summer.
Well, the hope was at some point this would be cleared up.
Yeah.
So
they thought, we're going to make a big deal about it. When the theaters open back up, we're going to put Tenet out there. So they did, and nobody went because people didn't feel safe going. So a movie like Tenet that was expected to gross over $1 billion ended up with like 58 million in the United States and like 150 million worldwide or something. Like really bad numbers. So they lost a crap ton of money. And, we've talked about this before where people have said, oh, well, why don't they just debut all these movies on, for rent or whatever? The problem is you'll never, ever gross that amount of money through rental or purchase. Ever. You look at like the last Fast and the Furious had grossed over $1 billion and then grossed $400 million in sales of like DVD and digital and all. And then it was like another $100 million in rentals. So that's like $1.5 billion. If you put that just for rent or sale, you're missing out on the rest of that money. And, they make big movies with $300-400 million budgets in the hopes that it's going to gross $1 million, so they make that money back plus some. You're not going to have movies with $300-400 million budgets if it's just going straight to VOD.
Nope.
It's not going to happen. So I think with Wonder Woman 1984, the hope is that they're giving a solid to fans.
Yeah.
They're going to make some money at the theaters. HBO Max, it's going to boost HBO Max, which, is not as big yet as Disney Plus or Netflix or anything. So,
and Wonder Woman, in terms of the DC cinematic universe, they're trying to grow, which may be completely disrupted because of COVID. Wonder Woman's been the one that's been doing all the hard work. Like that, that character is hot right now.
Yeah.
It's been working. So their hope is crank this out. It'll help fix things a little bit with the mess that's going on right now. And down the road, we'll be able to get a big movie out there and people will come out and they'll make our money back times 3.
Right. Yeah. So Disney tried it with Mulan. They released the Mulan live movie, which was supposed to go to theaters. They released it to Disney Plus, but for $30. So you had to be a Disney Plus subscriber, which of course I am, and then pay the $30 for it. And apparently it did well, but not box office well.
You're just not gonna,
Even if it made $200-300 million, you've lost on a movie like that $300-400 million. So Marvel Studios, owned by Disney, has said time and time again they will not release Black Widow, which was supposed to come out in May, to VOD only. It will go to theaters if we have to wait 2 more years.
Well, like you think about the entire process and people that are like hammering the table, this is how it should be, this is how it should be. If you go onto Netflix and there's a new movie to watch, but you have to pay for it, you're probably gonna like let me look at something else,
Right.
Like because all the content's right there.
Right.
All you have to do is search. So when you go to the movie theater, that's not the case. You can get one ticket to 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 movies that are running right now that are new, and you usually pick the one that you want to see, and that's how they make their money. Like the structure, I don't think that'll ever be a thing.
Yeah.
It just, as long as these production companies want to make as much money as possible, which will always be their goal, that's never, like, that model of straight to VOD is never going to happen.
And I mean, and it might work for smaller movies that have $3-4 million budgets, but those movies are few and far between anyway.
Yep.
It's not going to happen for a Wonder Woman.
And then still, even for those small projects, the movie's doing really well on Netflix, then they'll slide it over to the theaters.
Right. So, it is what it is. But I'm curious how this is all going to go because, I haven't been to the movies since March. That's the longest I have ever not been to the movies in my life since I was, not an adult, since I was a kid. So, believe me, I hate it, but I attempted to go to the movies. Actually, I lied. I went to the movies when they opened back up to see X-Men New Mutants, and I ended up...
again, no idea that even came out.
Yeah. So I ended up feeling safe because we were the only 2 people in the entire theater, which had like 150 seats. So I felt safe there, but I was very on the fence about if there's other people there, do I want to be there? But I was like, you know what? I'll try it and see what happens. Yep. Since nobody else was there, and this was a 17-screen theater, we were the only 2 people in the entire 17-screen theaters.
No
people just didn't feel safe, So I hope that it all comes back. I love the going to the movies. It's a magic feeling for me, and seeing it on a giant screen.
What do you think of the return of drive-in? What do you think about the return of drive-in movies?
I've been to multiple drive-in movies, and I love them. The problem is I will go see like a movie that I'm not really hyped about at a drive-in, but for like a Marvel movie or something like that, I want to be in the theater. I don't want distractions. I don't want somebody walking by.
Clear audio.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I love it, though. I mean, I love the drive-in. I would love to, do a horror marathon and stuff. And there's drive-ins around here that do them. And I actually did a blog post about it. You can, check out our blog on any one of the iHeart stations, 929tomfm.com, and keyword Kyle. You can see my drive-in article with like the 10 best drive-ins in like a 3-hour range, on the East Coast or whatever. And there's some that are really creative with what they're doing.
Yeah.
Like the one, and I can't remember, and I feel bad, I can't remember the name of it, but they do whole theme nights. So they'll show like 4 horror movies, and then they'll do like a sleepover, but you sleep like in your car and stuff. But like it's like a whole experience, and good for them.
I know there's one in South Jersey, a couple in South Jersey, and I think there's one around Deptford.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love drive-in theaters. So what else? Save by the Bell.
It's back.
So obsessed is not the word of what I was and am with Save by the Bell. When I was little, I used to watch all of the reruns on TBS.
You're the one that made Mario Lopez's career.
I did. So Mario, send me that check. But obsessed with Save by the Bell. And literally, I thought that's how high school was going to be. Like, I mean, I just loved it.
You thought that's how high school
I did.
gonna
I mean,
be.
I didn't know, you
You
know.
were sadly mistaken, my friend.
Yes. But
Where's my Slater?
or anybody. In any event, they are rebooting it for Peacock, NBC Universal streaming service. It has most of the original cast, but it's a cool story because it is a lot of, in the story, a lot of public schools are failing in California, and Zach Morris is the governor of California.
Oh.
So what he does is he brings in public school students to private schools that are doing well. So they go to Bayside. So they bring, like, essentially bus in public school students into Bayside, and it's a mixture of culture clashes and all that sort of thing.
Okay.
Slater is like the gym coach, and, you know, I don't know if you saw the trailer for it, but it looks hysterical. It looks adult and like very aware of itself.
The plot definitely does not sound like something I would show my kids.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I wouldn't say adult like, you know, it's not like American Horror Story adult, but it's more adult than the original Saved by the Bell. But it's very smart about it. Like, it's self-referential, and they make fun of themselves. I mean, it looks absolutely hysterical.
Saved by the Bell was one of those shows where I wondered, like, when they reboot it, what are you going to do with it?
Yeah.
How are you going to take such a finite idea and then move it to today? The busing and the students thing, that's a really good idea. Zach Morris being the governor is very interesting, and kind of rehashing things through that. Like, my thought was, okay, you could make it their kids, but that's been done to death.
Yeah.
And that's kind of annoying. You could make them all teachers at the school, but I don't know if that necessarily would fit. I guess you do it this way. I'm intrigued by it.
Yeah.
The busing and students thing, that's actually a genuine, like, real-life controversy people fight over.
And I don't know if you remember the Saved by the Bell spinoffs, but there was Saved by the Bell, the new class, which was basically exactly Saved by the Bell with
new people.
With new people. So you had the nerdy guy, you had the jock, you had, and I watched it. Mr. Belding was still the principal. I watched it, but it was literally just the same thing over again.
Yeah.
But then there was Saved by the Bell, the college years, where you followed the original gang off to college. That was fun. That came on at night, which was weird. And
at college, you're probably hitting high school, college students.
Yeah, that's true.
Demographic.
Yeah. So,
we're not watching at 2 p.m.
Right. Yeah. So I loved the college years. Then there was the spin-off movies like Saved by the Bell.
They did have I forgot they did have movies.
Yeah, it was like Marriage in Hawaii or something, and then it was like the summer fun or something. There was like 2 movies that, or it might have been Wedding in Vegas. I forget what they were. I loved the Saved by the Bell universe. It really was like the Marvel universe before the Marvel universe.
Well, they've done a very good job of planning things out. I think the prototype, the framework for how to make a universe in any type of creative project is the way Marvel did it. But they've got their plans down over there at Saved by the Bell HQ. they definitely plan this out, you know.
So I love it. I cannot wait. It debuts on Peacock this week. And who knows? I may just
They're the model for if you want to take a TV show and turn it into something bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And who knows? I may just interview one of the cast.
Ooh. He winked at me. He winked at me 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I'm interviewing somebody from the cast. I can't tell you who though. I'm so excited.
All right, there's the teaser. Mark it at 31 minutes.
I'm now hesitant to tell people when I've booked an interview until the interview happens.
Yep.
Because
been there, done that.
One time I was really excited that I was interviewing Boys to Men.
Mm-hmm.
And I was supposed to interview Paula Abdul. And Paula Abdul I love and I want to marry. Boys to Men I love.
And I want to marry.
I'd marry them all. Yeah. All of them, though, in like one giant
very
marriage.
monogamous relationship.
Yeah. And anyway, so I go to this event, and it was a giant disaster. It was a heat wave.
Uh-oh.
And it was seriously, it was like 113 degrees.
Oh, Lord.
Where
was this, in hell?
This was in Hershey, Pennsylvania.
Oh, so hell.
No, of course. Hershey's awesome. But
The sweetest place on earth.
it is, and delicious too. You can
Trademark.
You can eat the trees or whatever you want.
You
Everything's
literally can.
chocolate.
You can eat the gravel on the road.
Exactly.
And I recommend everyone do that.
It's Hershey.
Drive to Hershey and
Kisses.
just start eating random things.
So anyway, it ended up being a disaster because they were supposed to have me and a camera person.
Oh my Lord.
So they only had me when I got there. And I'm like, how am I supposed to shoot this video? Like, I have this camera person who came here for me. So I ended up getting them a ticket so at least they could go in. But now I'm by myself. I had to walk like 2 miles because I was supposed to park in a certain entrance, but I couldn't get there because it was blocked off and it was this giant mess. So I had to walk like 2 miles from where I parked to the stadium. So, and I had my makeup done because it was video.
Yeah,
and
you're
and
on
the
camera,
yeah. And so it's like melting in my eyes. My hair that was perfectly coiffed was now like
Coiffed, not
coiffed,
the other
whatever
one.
it was,
Yeah.
melted like on my face. I looked like a disaster. I had to set up my own thing. They're like, "Oh, hey,
It's like a house of wax.
it was hard." It's what I looked like. It was awful. So I missed Boys to Men.
Abdul. Oh, your face is melting. Oh, Abdul, I love you.
So I missed the Boys to Men interview
Oh no.
because I went to the wrong gate that they had given me, and it's a freaking stadium. So
If you miss the gate, you're
they were like, it's gate B3 or whatever, and I went to like C3, but it wasn't my fault. They had ended up like changing the freaking signs. It was like a nightmare. So anyway, I go and I interview Ryan Cabrera, who's an awesome guy, and I'm obviously now responsible for filming my own stuff. Well, so I set up the camera, the lights, and everything. I didn't realize this because I could not see out of my eyes because then I had makeup in them. The camera had tilted all the way to the right.
Oh no.
And the plug came out of the microphone. So I got zero audio and the video was tilted, completely unusable. It was a total disaster. But anyway, the moral of this story is that
Don't count your chickens before they hatch.
I had announced in excitement, I'm so excited to interview Boys to Men today, blah, 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 blah. And everybody was like, oh my
Didn't get
God, I love them and blah, blah, blah. And that's cool. Like, post it when you do it and blah,
Here's
blah,
a
blah,
silent
blah,
video of Ryan Cabrera
blah. Tilted. So,
on the Dutch angle.
exactly. So I was like, oh God, guys, I missed it. Literally every interview that I
open
did.
the podcast, it's just like 3 seconds of silence. You go, that's on me.
Yeah, it was awful. And so what I did, I was with Huffington Post at the time. And what I did was I wrote the whole piece, sans video, about the disaster of the day, of that day, and how it just was at every turn a disaster. And I was supposed to meet Paula Abdul at the party
As
afterwards.
the sun beat down.
It literally was. As I was supposed to meet Paula Abdul afterwards at this like party, which I can't bring my camera person to, by the way. So they're outside. It was horrible. Because she was like, no, you go. Like, all you wanted to do was meet Paula Abdul, blah, blah, blah. Like, you go. And I'm like, you're going to stand out here by yourself? But anyway, so I did. And then I'm like waiting for Paula Abdul. And I'm like, after like 20 minutes, I'm like, I guess she's just not coming. Like, whatever. I'm just go home. I'm carrying all this equipment. This dude that worked there is like, oh, you leaving already? And I was like, yeah, I was just here for Paula Abdul. And I guess she didn't show up. And he was like, she's in there. And I was like, no, like I was literally there. I was supposed to meet her. Like, she's not in there. He was like, she's right by the door. And I'm like, what? So I walk back in. She had just left. And I'm like, you know what? This is not my day. Anyway.
Everyone's had them.
Yeah. So because of that,
I
no longer pre-announce things until they're recorded.
I've made that boo-boo before, too. And I have one quick story. It was Mitchell Tenpenny, who I don't know if you've ever heard of him, but he made the song Drunk Me. Drunk Me.
Is it country?
Yeah, it's country.
Well, it's not.
Yeah.
But I'm sure he's awesome.
He is a great artist. I had contacted him directly on Instagram, and he was like, yeah, man, I'd love to be on your podcast. So for a week, I hyped it up. I have an interview with him Thursday at 1 o'clock. Can't wait. Thursday at 1 o'clock, I DM him the phone number. He, send receipt. I see he sees it. He gives me the thumbs up. 1 o'clock goes by. 3 o'clock is going by, and I message him again. I'm like, hey, did you... Because I gave him time because I thought, if he's over on the West Coast. Doesn't message me for the rest of the day. Like, I message him, hey, man, did you miss your interview time? Doesn't message me for the rest of the day. The next morning, at 7 a.m. Dude, I'm so sorry. I was out fishing.
What?
Yeah, he apparently decided to go fishing, forgot that he had an interview with me. Then I said, oh, it's all cool. It's cool, man. We can reschedule for today. Does 1 o'clock work today? Have never heard back from him since.
And what is his name?
Mitchell Tenpenny.
Well, Mitchell Tenpenny.
Now, I just want to put this afterwards. I've interviewed his girlfriend before. They are lovely people. I love them. This was, at the time he was just getting ready to take the next step. He was probably getting phone calls from record labels. Drunk Mia just came out. It was going #1. Like, he was all over the place. Great opportunity for me. Our schedules didn't link up. I have no ill will about it, but that's literally just how showbiz is. Everyone in this industry has schedules that are.
You are much nicer than I am.
Yeah.
You know how I am.
There's only one instance where I actually genuinely got agitated at an artist for dusting me off, and that was because the artist told me, like literally called me, texted me, emailed me to confirm everything, told me they were going to call me at like 8 a.m., and they didn't call me until 8 a.m. the next day. And they called me on my cell phone after I told them my cell phone is not my studio number.
Right.
And that was the only instance where I actually like completely canceled Nashville's Next for that week.
Well, you know me. I don't care who it is, and you know this.
Mm-hmm.
I will.
Oh, you'll come to the throat. You'll go right at their throat.
I will burn that bridge real quick. I don't care what now things happen. I get that. Mm-hmm. But when you are
I have a 2-strike
purposefully with disregard to my time, your time is no more important than my time.
Yep.
My time is no more important than your time. And everybody listening, our time is no more important than yours, and vice versa. Mm-hmm. Like, just have general respect. If something happens, hey,
text me.
I totally forgot.
Email me.
I totally forgot to put it on my schedule. I'm an idiot. I'm so sorry. You know what? I've done that before. Mm-hmm. Understand.
Yeah.
But if there's just like a no contact thing, like, I will hunt you down. I will arrive at your house and I will be like, hey, remember me? We had an appointment yesterday, and then you've ignored all of my phone calls since. Yeah. Guess what? My first question is, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Like, I will literally come for your throat. I don't have time for that. I don't care if you are Madonna. Sorry, Madonna, I love you. Or somebody that just started out yesterday and just wrote your first song yesterday. Mm-hmm. I don't care. Have some freaking respect. Have some mother
bleeping
respect.
Oh, he went with the hard R.
I'm going to bleep it out. We are getting off track.
We are.
And
I'll just wrap it up by saying I have a 2-strike system, and when you violate the 2-strike system, you are done.
Agreed. Okay. There's backlash with Sia, who... first of all, I love Sia. She's a genius. She is a singer, songwriter, producer, photographer, director.
With all this backlash, I guess we'll see you later. Okay, I'm going to go and open the window real quick. And
I'm going to have my 18-inch Funko Batman.
I'm glad you said Funko Batman after that, because you could have gone in a very dark path with that one.
Anyway, 18-inch Funko Batman is going to be my
weapon,
my guest host for the rest of the episode after that horrible joke. Anyway, see you later, Benny.
It's me, the Funko Batman. Let's talk about Sia and the controversy.
All right, back on track, yes. ADD boy. Which is funny, me calling you ADD boy, because I am literally
ADD. You have ADD.
Boy.
Everyone gets ADD.
So most people call me ADD boy, but you're even worse than me. And then together we are the ADD.
What did Sia do?
Okay, so Sia, for the last 3 years, has been working on a movie called Music.
Okay.
And it follows a teenager on the autism spectrum who communicates with people through a tablet. She debuted the trailer this week, and people are freaking out because she did not use an autistic actor for the role.
Oh.
So here's the thing.
These people.
Here's the thing.
I hate these people.
She actually did hire an autistic actress for the role, and the autistic actress did not feel comfortable. She thought it was like too much pressure, and it was just too much for her. So in the interest of then time, because now she has lost time with that, she hired Maddie Ziegler, who she works with a lot, who was the girl on Dance Moms, who does like all of her music videos and stuff. So she hired her to fill in the role as the teenager. There are people, activists and certain fans that are up in arms over this, and I don't understand it. Acting is you're literally not the character. Unless it's a documentary, you are not the character. So if I play a serial killer, I am not really a serial killer. We shouldn't be finding serial killers to portray serial killers. We shouldn't be, finding bank robbers to play bank robbers. I would love to be Batman. Guess what? I'm not really Batman. Ben Affleck is not really Batman.
Do people have an issue with Dustin Hoffman from the
Rain Man?
Rain Man? Do people have an issue about that? No, they didn't. You know why? Because Dustin Hoffman is a great actor, and he was able to create this illusion that he had a mental problem. You're right. It's acting. And I'm going to expand this argument into the whole idea of you have to cast a person of a certain fill in the blank to be able to do this. People that make films, there are more than just the considerations of your feelings. There are time schedules. There are production pressures. There is talent of the actor. You have to make the best movie you possibly can. That is the goal of every movie maker except Tommy Wiseau, is to make the best movie they possibly can. Tommy Wiseau is a great director, well, in some aspects. But like that's the point is you have to make the best film you possibly can, and you have to do it with the tools you're presented. They tried an autistic actress. It didn't work for the actress. You have to cast someone that can act their way into making you believe they're autistic.
Right.
Like it's the same issue with people that sit there and go crazy over not casting a female for a role or not casting a person of a certain ethnicity for a role. They have to make the movie. They have to work with the tools they're handed.
So I'm going to give you
I hate these people.
So I agree with you mostly. One thing that I will note that I think is important to note, both for you guys, Pop Culture Weekers, and us, you and me, Benny, is that when it comes to regards of race,
there are limits. Well, I should amend my statement. There are limits.
Let me say why. Because way too often, people of color are not portrayed at the rates of which they exist in the world. So I'm making this up because I don't have the stats in front of me. But if 30% of the country is black, we should be seeing about 30% of our movies be filled with black people, right? So we should see 30% of our movies be filled with black people. Well, that is representative of, if I'm a minority.
It also depends on the movie. Honestly, there was that one Scarlett Johansson movie from, I want to say it was 2 years ago. I'm so forgettable. But it was set in China, and she was supposed to be playing like an Asian woman.
Yes.
But she's not Asian.
Right.
I don't think she has any Asian heritage in her. Or
right.
She might have like 2% or something. Like that made no sense.
Yeah.
That's the stuff you can go after. This is stupid. You are wasting your time. Go after like Tom Cruise did like The Last Samurai. Like go after that. Like
right.
why is Tom Cruise playing a samurai?
Right. Or like there was a recent comic, I forget what it was, movie where they casted all like white actors and it all took place in China. It was like, why are all these white people in China? Like
I get bothered in two instances. One, when they cast someone that does no business playing that role whatsoever. The other times I get angry is when like they try to take a character that's clearly a certain ethnicity and make them something else. Black James Bond, I really don't care. Actually, I would enjoy a black James Bond, but like the idea of like a woman James Bond, that's not the character.
Well, it's literally
the guy's name is James Bond.
Yes, I agree.
He's a male. The ethnicity came from the fact they just casted white guys as it.
Right. It could be black,
could be a black
Asian,
dude, could be an Asian
Filipino,
dude, could be
whatever.
A Hispanic, could be an Eskimo, could be anything.
But it's the character is James Bond.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Do you want to create a whole new series of a secret agent woman that does all the same stuff that James Bond does and call it, I don't know,
Jane Bond,
Janice Bender or something? I don't care. Go do that. But like, Like, why would you want to shoehorn that stuff in just to make yourself feel better?
And what we need is more black creators and
yeah, that's why I love
all creators to write more amazing characters for black people.
Support Jordan Peele. Like, that guy's a genius. Oh my God,
I freaking love Jordan
Peele. That guy is
so
a genius.
Yes. And we need more creators like Jordan Peele that are in the mainstream, making characters that reflect their communities, making characters that reflect America, making movies that reflect America and not Oscars so white. You know what I mean? So in any event, Sia, I love you. Come on the show when the movie comes out. And
like, what are we doing? Like, honestly, what are we doing with our time right now?
You're literally harassing an artist who worked for 3 years on this project. I'm not saying just because she worked on 3 years that gives her a pass, but worked researching autism, working with autistic people. The movie is based on her best friend who is autistic. It is the character is based on her best friend, and it's a love letter to the autism community, and you're tearing her down.
I just like what are we doing with our life?
Yeah, it's crazy.
You wake up in the morning, you go into the refrigerator, you grab your milk, and you make your cereal, and you sit there and you scroll through your Twitter feed. Oh, Sia is making a movie about autism, and the person's not autistic. This is just terrible.
Right.
Why do you give a crap?
Yeah.
Stop.
It's crazy. Because guess what's going to happen? It's going to make the next creator that was going to make a movie about autism be like, oh, God.
Yeah.
I'm like nervous about doing this because they're going to find something to be mad at me about.
There's a virus that's killing people right now.
Right.
Go do that.
Right. So, okay.
I hate people.
So anyway, Charlie Brown Thanksgiving.
Yes.
There was this huge outcry.
There was a controversy about Charlie Brown.
Yes.
Bleep that, please.
You didn't hear that?
It's Charlie Brown.
So you didn't hear about the controversy? Okay. So here's the controversy.
I know Apple TV bought it.
That was the controversy.
Yes.
So there was all these people up in arms. They're ruining American traditions. They're doing it because it's cancel culture. They're not taking it off because of some stupid cancel culture.
They bought it because it makes money.
Apple bought it because Apple TV Plus, which I love, has new Peanuts shorts and movies and stuff that they're having made for Apple TV right now. So it made sense for them to buy the old ones.
I hate the world we live in, Kyle.
So people are upset
we live in a simulation.
That they're taking the shows off the air. Well, if I bought them, I don't want them on somebody else's station. I bought them so you could watch them on mine. Well, if you want to watch them, subscribe to freaking Apple TV.
Yeah.
And here's the other thing. They were allowing anybody to watch it, whether you an Apple TV subscriber or not, anybody to watch each of the Charlie Brown specials for free for 24 hours. So, for instance, The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, on like the 25th or something of October, they allowed anybody at all to, subscriber or not, for 24 hours to watch it on the 25th of October. So you could still watch it. It just wasn't on the channel you wanted to watch it on.
And listen, these companies want to make money. They're not completely soulless. They understand there are certain traditions. And Charlie Brown's a part of Christmas. He's a part of Thanksgiving. He's a part of the fall. Like they are never going to make it so that way they're taking this away.
But they shouldn't have to do it. The point
they shouldn't.
Look, here's the thing. If I buy something, I'm not buying it to show on PBS. I'm buying it so you come I'm buying it so you come to my service and watch it there. It's just like Netflix buying the rights Netflix buying the rights to Friends or Seinfeld or whatever.
So here's my point. Yes, I agree with that. When you buy something, that's mine. However, because they're buying a property that's existed for so long and it's become a classic, this is the way they can work around it.
They were allowing anybody to watch it for 24 hours for free, subscriber or not. That's good enough.
That's fine.
What other services do that?
It's basically the same thing as to what I'm saying.
Right. So people just shut up.
The issue for them is, and I think we're starting to still see it. I think it's still like streaming is still a little too new for people, or a little too, I guess, different.
Well, you know what?
And
people said the same thing about VCRs.
People still watch cable television. Like even though it's certainly not what it used to be, people are still watching cable television.
Well, people said the same thing about horse and carriages. Like,
what's wrong with a horse and carriage?
Get with the times.
It's fuel efficient.
All right.
Very
the
little
final
fuel.
topic.
And really, the fuel, like the place you put the fuel is the left
Benjamin.
at the tail. And, okay, never mind.
The final topic for today's episode
Yes.
of Hot Clips.
Hot clips.
Hot Lips.
Hot lips and hot clips.
And hot
flip flops. Hot lips.
on your
hot clips.
on your...
Hot clicks.
Okay, in any event, our final topic for the day, the Grammys.
Yes.
The Grammys were
Grammys.
announced this week. We're not even going. Normally we do a whole Grammy nomination special. Nope.
My prediction is they will happen.
Here's why. There's a lot of controversy because a lot of artists that were thought to be going to dominate the Grammy nominations
Weren't even nominated.
Yeah. The Weeknd, who had one of the best albums in years, 2 #1 hits off of it, extremely critically loved the album, swept the American Music Awards a couple of weeks ago, 0 nominations.
Nope.
Harry Styles from One Direction, who put out an awesome album, great singles, Watermelon Sugar,
Watermelon shingles.
Adore, a great album, was snubbed in all of the major categories.
Nope.
Lady Gaga, who had one of the biggest hits of the year, one of the biggest hits of her career, with Rain on Me, snubbed in all the major categories.
Nope.
Beyonce, who I didn't even know had a freaking record or song or album out, has the most nominations with 9.
Nominated.
What? I literally had to Google to see that she had a song out this year, which didn't even make the top 20, by the way. Nobody knew that it was out except for the Bayhive.
I'm willing to bet it has less than 20 million streams, too.
I mean, and that has the most nominations this year. Meanwhile, The Weeknd has 0. What the hell is going on over at the Grammys? The Weeknd is angry. He tweeted that the system is corrupt. There is scuttlebutt.
I love that word.
There's scuttlebutt that it is because he is performing at the Super Bowl the following week. And so here's why. Because it could potentially be what would be called a repeat performance. So he'd be doing this big production for the Super Bowl. So he wouldn't have time to do like a different version to perform on the Grammys the week before.
They do know like billions of people watch the Super Bowl, and I'll argue millions maybe watch the Grammys.
Yeah, but what they're saying is they don't want, or they're not. They're saying what the thought would be is that they don't want the same performance.
Well, at least give it an award like that.
Yeah.
That.
So that's just scuttlebutt. We don't know that's even
separate.
true.
Like even if that was the case, it just makes no sense because just don't have him perform at your show.
Yeah. So it's a mess, but there's something wrong with the system when Beyonce, who nobody knew had a song out except for her few, Bayhive people. And I'm just going to say it, and I've bit my tongue.
I feel like Beyonce made an album.
I bit my tongue for 2 years. Beyonce is way overrated.
Yes.
Her numbers,
yes.
I was looking at the amount of singles. She's released like 84 singles and has only had like 13 top 10 hits. That is not a good record at all. At all. That means you've like 8 times more than not, you failed over succeeded. But whatever.
And like the songs she made, like the ones I've made it are great.
Yeah,
but
Single Ladies, and I mean I love that. Crazy in Love.
By that logic, that means that like 1 in 3 songs that she'll make is actually good.
Right.
And the other 2 are either okay or garbage.
Right. It's like some people in the industry want to hype her, but she doesn't have the sales to back it up. She doesn't have the hits to back it up.
Lady Gaga is more successful than her.
Way more successful. It's crazy.
Critically acclaimed successful.
Yeah. It's nuts.
Here's a question for you. If Beyonce was not married to Jay-Z, do you think people would give a crap about her? Like as many would give a crap about her? If there was never any, if they never, she would just be on her own.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, that essentially elevated her to another level when she married Jay-Z. She's overrated. She doesn't have the receipts to back it up. And I'm sorry, I had to say it, and my show will probably get canceled now, and I'll end up as
cancel culture.
I'll end up as a trash engineer.
All the people that were mailed Beyonce's CD. I feel like that's how she released it too. She just started mailing like people the CD.
So in any event, I am boycotting the Grammys because if you can't give an award, a nomination to The Weeknd, one of the greatest singer-songwriters of our generation, and actually writes his own songs, he doesn't just take the credit for it, Beyonce. Because I love how she takes credit for writing songs, and then you watch interviews with the actual songwriters, and they're like, oh, yeah, I submitted this to Beyonce, and she loved it, and she did a great vocal of it. Yep. And then you hear the original, it's the exact same thing. Beyonce, you didn't have any hand in writing that. Like Neo.
She put a comma in the song.
Exactly. There was one song.
She said, I would raise the volume of the drums.
There was one song, the girl, what was it? If I Were a Boy. Remember that song? If I Were a Boy. So that song was written by an artist called J. That sucks that I can't remember, but I'll put it in the show notes. But JP something or whatever. Yeah. Was about to release her big debut album. This was going to be the lead single from it. Before it came out, Beyonce heard it and was like, I'm using that for my album.
Oh.
And took a songwriting credit on it. It was already done. You used the same track. Like, you just put your voice over it. And then you essentially torpedoed her career because she was going to have a big hit single that I feel like
we should make a segment called Beyonce Gives Advice. And the advice is just like the most minute, like, oh, yeah, I would just add, like, maybe, like, a comma right there. Oh, great, yeah. Can you just put me in the credits for that?
Like, can you imagine Beyonce with a guitar being like, let me figure out these chords to this song. Like, okay, let's see. C, G, to the left, no, C, A, to the left. Okay, there it is. Like, she's not hammering it out.
Like, Jay-Z's, like, making a rap song, and she goes, oh, I would just increase the volume by, like, 2 of the drums in the background. And then maybe yell yeah every 30 seconds.
Yeah. I mean, sorry, Beyonce.
Beyonce's cooking show, Cooking with Bay, and she just goes, just add a little bit more salt, and there you go. We have Beyonce's crab dip.
There you go.
Beyonce, you just bought crab dip and added salt to it. Shh.
No, I didn't. I wrote it.
My crab dip.
I am the producer, the writer, the creator, and the director of that crab dip.
I'm going to buy the rights to this crab dip so this restaurant can never use it again.
And then my insane Bayhive fans are going to harass people and...
You didn't make that crab dip. Beyonce made it. She made it better.
Right. In any event. So apparently Beyonce released an album, and apparently the 4 people on the Grammy committee heard it and nominated it for everything, in spite of an actual singer-songwriter, performer, incredible talent, The Weeknd, being completely snubbed. 0 nominations.
Yep.
So you know what, Grammy Naras? I, Kyle McMahon, am boycotting doing the Grammy nomination special this year. But please still do send me an invite to the actual Grammy red carpet for my show. But besides that, I am absolutely
and he means it
you.
Too. We can talk about how the Grammys have absolutely ran out of ideas.
Well, I don't know if you've seen the nominations, but half the artists, and it's not, I know somebody would be like, oh, well, you're just getting old. I work in music. I literally looked at the nominations and I'm like, I haven't heard of half of these people, and I work in the music industry. Like, what are you doing?
I feel like they walked out to a street corner and heard some guy playing the tuba and said, hey, you want to be nominated for a Grammy?
Can you make the show?
Can you...
I'm sorry, Benny, but your time is up. So...
I was going to talk for another 35 minutes
and
pretend I'm the Grammys people.
About the pickle.
The pickle on the table.
We have a lot of pickle history.
We do. Pickles and us go way back.
They do.
Well, you and pickles. And
I love pickles.
My experience with what?
Wait, what?
I don't know what I'm getting at.
Me either. Anyway.
Nominated for the album of the year, it's Pickle.
Justin is flagging us down that we have to wrap up the show.
Yep. The Grammys are here and they want to speak to me.
It's an actual golden statue angrily waiting outside.
We don't like what you said. We're nominating you for a Grammy, so now you have to be there.
All right. If you're listening to this Thanksgiving week, have a happy Thanksgiving week. Oh, I cannot forget. If you're listening to this Thanksgiving week or before Christmas of 2020, I have done a whole bunch of gift guides, Pop Culture Weekly's gift guides.
And his size is medium.
For X or Y. So, for instance, some that I have so far are like Pop Culture Weekly's holiday gift guide for the horror fan, Pop Culture Weekly's holiday guide gift guide for the Harry Potter fan. And it's all the things that I recommend for that pop culture fan. So go check it out. It's all kind of cool stuff that I handpicked on one list. You can go to 929tomfm.com or whatever. Just Google it and you'll see it. All right. Benjamin, thank you for another wonderful episode.
Thank you for having me, Kyle.
So, until next time, we need some kind of sign out.
Toodaloo, bro.
See you next week, Brody.
What's the catchphrase of the show? Hot clips. No, the catchphrase of the show would be...
The catchphrase is...
Tickle a pickle. Wait, that could be really bad. Okay.
All right, we're just going to go. Have a happy Thanksgiving.
Bye.
See you next week.
You're listening to Pop Culture Weekly with Kyle McMahon, presented by 92.9 Tom FM, an iHeart radio station.
Leave milk and cookies for St. Nicholas.
That's Easter.
I thought it was 4th of July.